Hello, welcome to my latest video. Hope you're all keeping well on Monday the 4th of July. I'm going to be painting on this stretch canvas, 16 by 20 inches, and I've just primed it with gesso. I was watching a YouTube channel the other day by the channel's called Learn Art with Wills, and he's brilliant. You know, he not only shows you how to paint, he shows you how to paint like some of the great masters like Picasso, Van Gogh, L.S. Lowry and so on. And he shows you how they actually painted, what their processes were. And having studied photography and fine art, I know it's no mean feat trying to find out how these artists created stuff. So it really is interesting. I'll put a link in the description. And in the L.S. Lowry video, he was saying that Lowry used to use his fingers to apply the gesso. It gives you a nice texture. And I've done the same. I've just used my fingers. It was a mucky job, but we'll see what sort of effect that leaves us. So thank you, Learn Art with Wills, for that little helping hand. He also said that Larry liked to use matchsticks to scrape away the paint. So I'm going to give that a try as well, hopefully. I've got a few matchsticks on standby. Anyway, without further ado, I've got my glass palette, got titanium white on it, bit of yellow, bit of blue, bit of red, bit of yellow ochre, and some sap green with some red mixed into it, and Payne's grey. Now the red is let me find the tube, can't remember much, but they call them permanent alizarin crimson, if I've got that right. Got my Derbyshire accent round there, so apologies if I've got that wrong. And chrome yellow hue as the yellow. So we'll start going, see what we can create. I always have a job trying to pronounce stuff. Well, on my palette also I've got some Zest-It paint thinner, which I'm just going to put on the end of my brush, and we'll start creating a horizon. Just see what happens. Off we go. About a third up the page. There we go. Oh, it's quite nice, this Zest-It. I've used Zest-It plenty before, but it's always very pleasing every time I use it. It helps the paint flow on really nicely. Yeah, I had a day off yesterday, which was nice. Well earned rest. Went to see family. They came over here and we kind of met them halfway. We went to Molfamel, not far from Ruthyn in North Wales, which was lovely. Nice day out. Went to a cracking pub as well. Quite nice so far. Yeah, whenever I see my family, it always reminds me of growing up and, you know, everything else like that. In a little quaint village we used to live in as kids. You know, your quintessentially British village, English village, you know, village green, pub, everything else you expect. There was never any crime to speak of. It's not like Midsummer Murders, which is a British television programme about a small village, and every episode there's a bloody murder. But yeah, there was none of that in the village you grew up in. until there was one time, it was one summer, I'd been playing football with my mates and everything else like that. And I popped home and my mum was there in the kitchen, you know, rattling about and doing housework and everything else like that. And you know, you walked into my house, there was the kitchen, you had to go right and through a hallway and into the lounge and stuff like that. And I went through the kitchen, my mum was there rattling away with pots and stuff. And she said, oh, we've got 2 visitors. I don't know, Nigel and Gavin, whoever their names were. They just sat in the lounge because the cars broke down and asked to use the phone. So she was there, you know, doing a tray of tea and biscuits for these 2 blokes while they phoned, in inverted commas, their mates or the garage or whatever to get help. So they were sat in the lounge, you know, nice enough and everything, you know, pleasant blokes. And, you know, said hello and, yeah, all the rest of it. And then I'd done whatever I needed to do, then bogged off back out to resume the game of football or whatever I was doing. And a few hours later, I came back and there was a police car outside the house. Now it was, you know, an old 1980s come early 90s jam sandwich style, you know, British police car, the old-fashioned ones. I don't know if it was a bloody Metro or a Astra or whatever, I can't remember. But yeah, this cop car were there. I thought, oh God, what's happened? So I went in the house and there was a couple of bobbies there talking to my mum. And it transpired that these 2 blokes had been robbing post offices and stuff around Derbyshire. And the car had broke down and whatever. And, oh, there's a car beeping then outside. Oh, bloody shut up, in the video. And, yeah, my mum had given them all refreshments, you know. So much to the amusement of my dad and various other people in the village, found it very funny. Right, let's have a look. I might put some a bit of blue in the sky. Not a bad foreground so far. Just put some titanium white on that horizon while I nattering. Yeah, the village spirit was always good in that village. I've probably said in the past. There was always something going on, you know, there was always fundraising activities and things. Got a bit of cobalt blue and a bit of titanium white on that there. There's a tiny bit of green on my brush still from earlier, which doesn't matter. Already these textures are looking nice, they're showing through nicely with the gesso. A bit more bloody zest it on my brush. Remember one occasion, and it's not really crime, it was just a silly thing. A local farmer had been thrown out of the pub for some reason. Something had happened, some altercation, a feud. And early hours of the morning, he'd parked his bloody muck spreader and tractor outside the pub and turned the bugger on and just plastered this, you know, it was beautiful 17th century pub, or perhaps 18th century pub in manure. It really stank to high heaven because it was middle of summer. But yeah, nothing really dramatic used to happen. Right, give that brush a quick wipe. Might plunk some anger in the sky now. It's stormy goings on. Same brush again. Just pull it out there, I think. Not too bad. I wouldn't mind going to see Larry's work. I say I wouldn't mind, I'd bloody love to. I've seen just about everybody else, you know. I've seen Picasso and Turner and Matisse, Van Gogh, Francis Bacon. Who else? Oh, you know, seen loads, loads of artists, but never Larry's work. Meaning to go. So far, so good. Lovely. Soften those edges a bit. Now then, a bit more on this foreground beckons, I think. Where's my... Get a long handled brush. Where is it? That's the sausage. Check my camera's still on. Yeah. Right. Throw some more paint on down here. Working very fast as usual. Brilliant. Nice and loose. Put some yellow on as well down here. By the way, thank you for liking my stuff and subscribing and taking the time to watch it. Really, it does mean a lot. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not perfect, but it'll do me. Yeah, there was always activities going on around the village, which was great if you're a kid. It was brilliant growing up there. One occasion, we were bloody, a PTA fundraising thing. I think they were raising money for the church or for the play area or something like that. And they normally had a big do of some kind. But this occasion we did, a huge fancy dress party thing, and the theme was Morris dancers, and we'd had a few months to prepare. And you know, we were familiar with Morris dancers. We used to have them in the village. They used to come every summer, you know. And so there was, say, about 30 adults had all dressed up in all the white stuff and the, you know, the flowers in their hats and bells around their ankles. If you don't know what Morris dancers are, just look it up, and that's what they are. So they were dressed in all the kit, and us kids, we dressed up as well. And we all marched off down to the pub with our bells jangling, and we even had, you know, big long sticks, which, you know, Morris dancers whack each other with. You know, it's an old tradition that goes back hundreds of years. And so we had all that, and we marched off down to the pub and sat on the village green all dressed like Morris dancers. And we even had a bloke who took his accordion with him, you know, a squeeze box thing, all with buttons and everything else like that. And, you know, there was 30 of us sat on pub with all Morris dancing stuff. We weren't dancing because we just didn't know how to do it. So we were just fancy dressed, that was it, all having a pint. And unbeknownst to us, but people started coming, you know, tourists passing the village green in the car and going, oh, I'm pointing, oh, look, there's Morris dancers. And then they'd go around the back of the pub and park, and the village green were filling up with people. And I think someone made the executive decision, oh, we're going to have to do something, because it's like 300 people on the village green expecting something to happen, so we're going to have to dance. So, you know, we had pop and crisps, and all adults had, you know, a couple of beers, and they were starting to get quite well oiled. So we thought, right, we're going to dance, and we did it. We all started bloody dancing, just for the laugh, just to see what happened. And, you know, we're doing it properly, you know, with the hankies and all that stuff. And then a coach arrived, you know, with full of tourists, all pointing, going, oh, look, Morris dancers will stop. And the village green was packed, absolutely heaving, who obviously thought, oh, they're real, you know, they're the real McCoy. They're going to be good. But, yeah, we've been Morris dancing for hours on end. It was bloody good fun, though. And someone even went round with money and, you know, got a collection together for the church roof. Made a pile of money. But it was always a good laugh in the village. Always some funny things going on. But yeah, we couldn't dance for toffee. It was just funny. Christmas summer fair, not Christmas summer fairs, what am I on about now? The summer fairs were always good fun. So, you know, the village had all clubbed together and put on a big show, you know, for the PTA. You know, if you have coconut shy and Splat the Rat and bouncy castle and everything else you expect, you know, swing boats, you know, all sorts of stuff. And bowling for a pig, which is just basically temping bowling, you know, but, you know, back in Tudor times, I guess the prize would have been a pig. They called it bowling for a pig. But we always, you know, all the adults around the family would be running the various stands, but we'd always try and get on the bowling for a pig, because that was built with hay bales and stuff that local farmer drop off, and it meant we could, you know, mong about on the bloody bales all day. You know, if your parents were running that particular stall, you could set up camp and make dens in the bales and piss about on them all day, which was always good fun. You know, when the farmer collected the bales at the end of the day on a great big trailer, you know, there'd be like 40 bales on this bloody trailer, stacked really high. And all us kids would jump on top of the bales on the trailer, the big flatbed trailer, and off we'd go to unload the bales in the farmer's barn, if you like. I mean, it's bloody unthinkable now, as a health and safety and all that business. But yeah, you know, half a dozen kids on top of these bales, if they'd come down, there'd have been all sorts of problems. This is coming on quite nicely. Right, I'll do some stuff in the sky now. Quite some few interesting trees there. Oh, look like trees. I didn't purposefully paint trees. Did it without thinking. If I'm honest, I can't paint trees. Trees or people, no good at. Right, put some white down here. Just there, I think. Some of there and all. There we are, not too bad. Where's my palette knife? Plunk some titanium white on this palette knife. There we are. And just put that there. Nicely. So cloud-esque shapes. That's all they are, shapes, nothing else. Yeah, I first started painting, I used to, you know, paint clouds like this, you know, flat bottom and lumpy top, and they just look crap. But I soon learned that the key to painting clouds is by not painting clouds. I'm not trying to. It's not necessarily the right way what I'm doing, it's just my way. It's finding my own style, my own technique. There we go. Right, long handle brush again. Give that a bit of a wipe. And start breaking it up a bit. Put some swirls in. Yeah, I started by watching videos on how to paint clouds, and you know, it's mind-boggling the multitude of bloody videos out there how to paint clouds. And I think the way I did it was just by doing it. All practice every time you get chance. One good artist is Stuart Davis, who I've learnt a lot from. Yeah, a well-known toneless painter. getting there nicely. A bit more titanium white. I'm going to have to get some more paint this week. I have to break it to my wife that I'm going to spend a bit of money on paint. Bit more up here. There we go. Put some there. Not too bad. Not perfect, but not too bad. Right, oh yeah, do some scratches. Try this matchstick. The size. Quite nice. I do tend to put scratches in my paintings, but matchstick is quite nice because they're very thin. You know, if you do it with a paintbrush or whatever, it tends to be a bit too thick. But yeah, that's nice, that nice effect. I'll live with that. There we go. Right then. A few finishing touches and we're just about done, I think. Get that little palette knife. A few rocks and things up there. Just a little bit there as well, I think. Tidy things up a little. Although I don't want it being too tidy. Nice one. We're getting there nicely. Just a few more swirls and stuff on there. So yeah, thank you, Learn Art with Wills, for those little tips I've picked up. Be using them again. As I say, I'll put the link in the description. And again, thank you for all of your likes and everything, and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It really does mean a lot. And don't forget, I'm also on Facebook, occasionally Instagram, not a lot, can't be bothered with it. And my website, jonkidd.co.uk. It's got a load of my photography as well on my website and Facebook. Right, quick signature, then we're done. It looks just about dandy. J Kidd. '22. So yeah, that'll do us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.